Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here, and if you are new here, make sure you subscribe. I pretty much fell off the face of the earth. So for my first video coming back to YouTube, we're doing a life update. Starting with probably the biggest life update. I'm pregnant, and I mean very pregnant. I found out in August that I was pregnant with baby number 2, and it has been a roller coaster since then. I am about to have 2 babies before I turn 21. I would not have it any other way, and we're very excited. We found out in I think October that baby number 2 is a girl. So we were over the moon. We're gonna have our son and we're gonna have a daughter, and we just feel so blessed because it's like the perfect combo. I'm due in April, so I'm due very soon, in about 3 months, I think. It's right around the same time that I was due with my son, so I've pretty much had the same pregnancy timeline as with my son. It's just a month later. With this pregnancy, I've had some new things happen that didn't happen with my son, and some old things happen that happened with my son, so I was prepared for that. Starting with, I am still very nauseous, and I think I'm about 26 weeks. In the first trimester, I was puking pretty much daily, and after around the 14-week mark, it settled down slightly. I'm still puking at least once or twice a week, and I can't have certain foods. I can't even hear certain words without vomiting. So that's a fun little tidbit that I've had with both pregnancies. A new thing with this pregnancy is I've had some thyroid issues, which I ended up being put on medication for, and that helped resolve that. And I have been very lightheaded. I can't walk more than 5 minutes without needing to sit down, take a break, catch my breath. Moving on into a different category, me and my husband are going on 3 years of marriage this year, which is so crazy to think. We got married very young. I was 18 and he was 20. And in a few years, I would love to have a vow renewal and do another little ceremony with close friends and family and our kids. I feel like that would be amazing, and I am actively always thinking and planning that. As we also approach my due date, I have had this worry in the back of my head this pregnancy about pumping again, because I pumped with my son for 3 months before. I wasn't producing enough milk, and so we had switched over to formula. And that's not an issue with me. I think fed is best. It was never like an issue on whether we did breast milk or formula. I just knew that I wanted to have my kids have breast milk for the first few weeks at least. But with that being said, I am definitely worried going into wanting to pump again with my daughter and not having enough milk supply. So if anybody has any tips on boosting milk supply before you give birth and after, send them my way because they would be greatly appreciated. I also am getting into quilt making this year. One of my good friends got married, and I altered her wedding dress. I took it in, sewed it, and all that. And that was in 2024. And I kind of discovered a love for sewing. I loved taking on that project. And so all of 2025, I was sewing a bunch of things, sewing clothes, patching things, all of that, and really fell in love with sewing. So now this year I've decided to get into quilt making, and I'm going to start by making a quilt for my son and my daughter, and then I'm going to take my son's clothes from the first year and turn it into a quilt, and then I'll do the same thing for my daughter too. I will be making videos on the quilt making process. I also managed to sprain both of my ankles simply by stepping out of my house. I literally took the step out of my house and my right ankle twisted, and then my left ankle twisted right along with it, and I ended up with a boot and crutches for a week until I could put weight on at least one of my ankles. And let me tell you, pregnancy, crutches, and a boot, they don't mix well. I also made a vision board for this year, which this is my first time doing a physical vision board, and I definitely recommend because it was such a fun project to take on. And I feel like laying it all down, printing out pictures, I feel like it'll help me reach them, being able to see them every day in like physical form. This year I also plan on focusing on YouTube because I love YouTube. It's probably my favorite social media platform. So I'm very excited. I have a lot of content planned out for YouTube, and I'm excited to be back into posting and making content again. It brings me such serotonin to make videos, edit videos, and film them and interact with all of you guys. That is the life update and some plans for this year, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.